Oh my goodness. Okay. Hello, world. And by world, I mean whoever is listening to this right now. Hello, you. Lennnie here. I'm trying something new. And to be honest, it's a bit scary. And annoyingly, I know that when something seems a bit scary and a bit exciting, it means I probably have to try it. So, I'm starting a podcast, a blobcast. Yes, I know. You're like, Lennnie, seriously? A podcast in the year of 2025 when everyone and their mother and their mother's mother and their mother's friends, cousins, niece has started a podcast? And to that I say, yes, seriously, I'm sorry, okay? I got the little itch to get behind a mic and yap my little heart out, and I sincerely thought the itch would go away, but it didn't. So, here we are. I've also always wanted to try a podcast because, to be honest, I've never been too good at yapping on the spot. I get self-conscious and worried that I'll say the wrong thing or I won't be able to get my point across. I'm very much a let me type out this text that isn't even that important in my notes app before I send it kind of blob. But I feel like there are moments in life where you realize you're like a certain type of person or blob or human and you get settled into the comfort zone. But then you wake up one day and you decide, you know what? I want to switch it up. I want to see what it feels like to be the opposite of who I thought I was. And I want to try something new. And I guess that's what this is. And oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm doing this. Oh, if you're still listening and you've made it this far, wow, I love you. I love you so much. Okay, I guess we should get started, shouldn't we? Maybe I'll make a little theme song to go right here.
Welcome to Thoughts from a Blob, brought to you by a blob.
I think gunk in the throat. Okay. I think for this podcast, I want to tackle a bunch of different topics, things that intrigue me, things that make me think about things, i.e. thoughts from a blob. But for this first one, I wanted to start with a little Q&A, a little back and forth, because I don't talk about myself that much, and that's kind of on purpose. I never want my page or my social media to become about me. I want it to be about helping humans and having a place where anyone can feel loved and supported. But on the flip side of that, I love this community we've built together. And I feel like part of that is letting you guys know a little bit more about me. And you may be like, Lennnie, we don't care about you like that. We just want your positivity and joy. And that is completely okay with me. 100% fine. If that is the case, feel free to skip this episode and just come back next week when we dive into something else. But for now, I'm about to dive into this Q&A. Let's go.
A Q&A or a Q and slay? Only time will tell.
Mags asks, do you ever have bad days? Do I ever have bad days? Yes. Bad days, bad weeks, bad months. Yes. And sometimes I'll start getting anxious about the fact that it wasn't just one bad day. It was like 3 bad days in a row. And then I'll start to freak out a little bit and be like, oh my God, is this forever? But that's when I have to stop and remember that it's all a wave and that the feeling right now may be all encompassing and it may be heavy and gross and weird and so uncomfortable, but I have to remind myself that this feeling will not last forever. That is the one thing I can count on, that no feeling lasts for an entirety of someone's life. It never has in all the history of being, and it never will. And that little thought kind of comforts me a little. It comforts me enough to allow me to look at my anxiety and like examine it instead of becoming it, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. All that to say, yes, I do have bad days. I have many bad days. And if you have bad days, it's also a comforting thought to know that everyone else does too. It's kind of inescapable, but it's also the thing that can bring us together. Oh, that was cheesy. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. Okay, next question. Okay, let's go a little lighter. We're going a little lighter. This is from Heart from Za. They said, what is your favorite movie? Good question. Okay, not answering this directly, kind of dodging because I can't think of one right now, but do you guys ever have movies that just bring you so much comfort when you watch them? Like maybe because you first watched them when you were a kid and it takes you back to that time or something? I have a lot of those. I was having a convo about this with a friend recently. Like the Hunger Games, Harry Potter series, the Twilight series. Not cinematic masterpieces by any means. Okay, actually, you know what? I take that back. Some could consider them to be a masterpiece in their own right. And you know what? I wouldn't disagree. Okay. But they do something to me. If I'm having a bad day, if I'm having a bad week, a surefire way to feel some comfort is to just sit down and binge a series like that. And literally, because I talked about it, now tonight I'm gonna go watch Twilight. It's been too long. I just gotta do it. Thank you. Thank you for this question. Now I have something to watch tonight. Okay, next. Nisha says, drop an affirmation. Oh, should we have a little self-affirmation moment? Like a tiny intermission of love and acceptance of self. I love this idea. Okay, I'm gonna go to a classic. This is an affirmation I keep as a poster in my room. I'm actually staring at it right now. It's by this artist that I love named Sister Cody. You can find him on Instagram, I think, probably anywhere. And this specific affirmation has helped me through some of the toughest moments of my little blob life. For real, it has gotten me through some shite. And if you follow my page, you've definitely already heard this, but we're just going to read it again because it's too good. Okay. It goes like this. Today, I choose to live in my heart, not in my mind. I will be grateful because I am alive. I will not dwell on the past, nor worry what's next. I will take care of myself and try my best. If a moment comes where I feel weak, I will stop what I'm doing and remember to breathe. I just love it so much. And I love when things are created and crafted with love and care, and you can just feel that through the art every time you look at it, every time you read it. Like, that's how I feel about this poster that I got from Sister Cody. I just look at it and it just makes me feel, I don't know, it just makes me feel good. That's my affirmation of the day. Piano Mom says, what's your favorite candy bar? Okay, hot take. This may be a hot take, but a Carmelo bar. Different countries definitely have different candy bars, so some of you may not even know what this is, but it's like the chocolate bar that has squares, and then in each square is caramel. Yeah, I used to always get that on every road trip I ever took. That was a little glimmer of light in the middle of a long, long car ride. The fact that we were gonna have to stop at a gas station, and I was definitely gonna get a Carmelo bar. Wait, let me make sure I'm saying this right. In my head, it's called a Carmelo bar, but I'm not even sure it's called that. One sec. Oh my God. It's definitely a caramello. 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 Oh my god. You get the point. Big caramello guy over here. Whoa, this is a wild one. Carol says, do you believe romantic love is for everyone? That we are destined to find our soulmate? Mm-hmm. I have thoughts. Do I know how to articulate them? We'll see. I believe the capacity for love in this lifetime is so big. For me specifically, I know I have soulmates, but not necessarily romantic soulmates. Like, my best friend is my soulmate. She is my ride or die. Like, that is my byyye. We are in it for reals. If past lives are a thing, we have been in them together. And it's not romantic. And to that, I think everyone has soulmates. Everyone has a chance for love and connection in this life. Is it the movie, Disney, romance that we've been conditioned to believe is the purest love of them all? Maybe. Maybe not. But one of the coolest things about existence to me is the fact that we get to form relationships with people. And those relationships can look a million different ways and all feel as impactful. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this was fun. This was really fun. I think that's where I'll wrap it up for tonight because I'm tired and I want to take a bath. Is that a hot take? Some people hate baths. Some people really hate baths. But I love a bath. I live for a bath. Okay, anyway, wow. If you got to the end of the podcast, iconic. I feel like we know each other a little better. I feel like you're a true OG. Episode number 1, done. Come back next Friday for another one if you want to hear me yap some more. I hope you have the very best weekend and the very best week after that. I'm thinking about you and sending you all of my love. I love you so much. Bye.